And now, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be entertained. New York City!
He says tonight you're going to witness greatness. I wonder what they think now.
Because, man, he's already fought on the biggest stages. I mean, that's why he's the king. That's why he's here, and that's why we're still...
Undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, presentando a Saúl Canelo Alvarez. Once again, a referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, now to give instructions.
Terence Crawford undefeated in 39 fights.
Terence Bud Crawford.
See him lay on that left side.
Punching between punches and a flush.
With another look at it right here. Terence following him out. Fundamentally.
Coming out. All that centering on the relationship of training.
Right. Canelo will have to cut off the ring. He takes a left hand and then comes in and shoved around
The punches.
Free up your hands.
Setting traps for him.
That was the signature punch of that second round.
Round 3. Canelo is what he's trying to stick out there, and also
The right hand. Change the trajectory on it.
Right hook, uppercut, sends him back. Another left hand and a knockdown score.
After weeks of rumors, drama, and even whispers of a total cancellation, the highly anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is officially back on for September in Las Vegas. But hold on, did Canelo intentionally price himself out of the fight? Does Crawford actually stand a chance jumping up 2 full weight classes? And what are boxing legends like Tim Bradley saying about this blockbuster showdown? We're breaking it all down right now. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor, like this video and hit that subscribe button. Seriously, 98% of you watch without subscribing, and it helps more than you know. Done? Awesome. Let's get into it. If you thought Canelo vs. Crawford was dead in the water, trust me, you weren't alone. And honestly, who could blame you? What was shaping up to be a once-in-a-generation superlight nearly collapsed overnight, sending shockwaves through the entire boxing world. Here's what happened. It all kicked off with a major leak. Turkic Alalshik-owned media network dropped a bombshell. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford had agreed in principle to face off this September at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The internet exploded. Fans went nuts. Crawford, fresh off a dominant win at 154, was ready to jump to 168 in search of greatness. And Canelo? He looked locked in, until suddenly, he wasn't. Just 48 hours later, everything fell apart. No press releases, no official statements, just total silence from Canelo's camp. Negotiations were reportedly dead. Why? No one knew for sure. That's when the rumors took over. Some insiders claimed Canelo had gone dark on purpose, leaving Saudi organizers and fans in suspense. Others pointed to one thing: money. According to reports, Canelo was demanding a jaw-dropping $150 million for the fight. One night. One check. $150 million. Even for a global superstar like Canelo, that number was insane. And it sparked serious questions. Was he really chasing legacy? Or was he strategically pricing himself out to avoid a dangerous fight against a smaller, quicker technician like Crawford? But just when it looked like the dream was dead, it came roaring back to life. Turkic Alalshik wasn't about to let the biggest fight of 2025 slip through his fingers. By late Thursday night, news broke: Canelo had signed a 4-fight mega deal with Riyadh Season, with Crawford topping the bill in September. Crisis averted, or just postponed. Either way, the super fight is officially back on. And the boxing world is holding its breath. Still, that behind-the-scenes chaos left some serious questions hanging in the air. Because let's be real, when fans first saw that $150 million price tag, jaws dropped around the world. This wasn't just purse money, this was franchise money. And Canelo's bold $150 million demand didn't just shake the boxing world, it shattered it. While top-tier fighters usually pull $30 to $50 million for legacy bouts, Canelo walked into the negotiating room with a figure so outrageous, it made even the Saudi sports machine, the same one known for throwing blank checks at global icons, blink twice. At first, it looked like vintage Canelo. A textbook power move from boxing's ultimate A-side. He's always set the terms, the dates, and the paydays. So when he dropped a number no modern fighter had ever dared to mention, let alone demand, he was making one thing crystal clear: pay the price for the biggest fight on earth, or it doesn't happen. But underneath all the dollar signs and headlines, a different narrative started to bubble up. Some insiders close to the negotiations whispered that this wasn't just about value. It was about doubt. According to sources, Canelo's team had hesitations from day one. Not just about weight classes or risk, this was about optics. Crawford is undefeated. Surgical. A master at breaking down bigger men and making it look easy. Was Canelo second-guessing the fight but trying not to say it out loud? Even Saudi backers, known for their bottomless wallets, were reportedly stunned. Not because they couldn't afford it, but because they began to wonder if Canelo even wanted the fight in the first place. In boxing's inner circles, a theory spread like wildfire: the $150 million wasn't just a payday, it was a poker move. If the Saudis walked away, Canelo could say, "Hey, I tried." They passed. If they agreed, he'd walk into history with the biggest bag boxing's ever seen and the chance to cement his legacy. But Turkic Al-Alshik doesn't lose. Period. The oil-rich power broker greenlit the deal and locked Canelo into a 4-fight mega contract through 2026. The Crawford fight? The crown jewel? The payday? Too massive to fail. At this point, it's no longer just a boxing match, it's a global event. And Canelo, whether by design or gamble, walked away with it all: the money, the leverage, and the headlines. Still, that $150 million figure lingers like a shadow. Was it the price of greatness, or the cost of hesitation? Because history hasn't always been kind to men who've dared to climb the ladder for glory. Just ask Kell Brook. He stepped up to fight Gennady Golovkin and ended up with a shattered eye socket and a shortened career. Or Mikey Garcia, who jumped weight to outbox Errol Spence, only to get dominated and exposed. And now here's Crawford, daring to defy them all. His fans call it legacy chasing. His critics call it hubris. But everyone agrees, the danger is real. Yes, Crawford is slick, smart, and surgical. But now he's stepping into a division where one clean shot can end everything. And Canelo? He's not just bigger. He's built for this. A tank who's lived at 168 for years, soaking up punishment and firing back like a man forged in war. This isn't just another fight. It's an audacious gamble. And Crawford? He's betting it all on his speed, his timing, his IQ, and the belief that greatness lies just 14 pounds north of where he's ever fought before. If anyone knows how fast things can go wrong in a mismatch, it's Tim Bradley, former world champ, Hall of Famer, and one of boxing's most brutally honest voices. Bradley isn't sugarcoating this one. In fact, he's sounding the alarm. He's watched Crawford evolve from day one. He knows what makes Bud special. But he's also seen the one habit Crawford just can't shake: his love for danger. Bud thrives on it, Bradley told Fight Hype. He switches stances, baits guys in, and slices them up in exchanges. It's thrilling to watch. But against someone like Canelo? He's not backing down. And that's what scares me. Bradley didn't mince words: you don't trade with that bull. I know Bud's strong. But Canelo is naturally strong. He's been here. He's used to this weight. But isn't. It hit like a warning shot, cutting through boxing's glitz with a dose of reality. Bradley's not questioning Crawford's courage. He's questioning if that same courage could get him knocked out cold inside the pocket. Bradley nailed it: Crawford's style, explosive, versatile, and fearless, might just be his downfall. Because against a cold, calculated executioner like Canelo, all it takes is one misstep. One emotional exchange. 1 second of pride over patience. And Canelo? He doesn't waste punches. When he lands, bones break. Bradley's advice was clear: fight smart, not proud. Because if Bud tries to prove he can take Canelo's heat, if he trades fire with fire, he might just end up another name on the list of brilliant boxers broken by power, timing, and weight. So now, the question looms like a dark cloud: will Bud listen, or will history repeat itself in highlight reel fashion? And while Crawford versus Canelo is dominating the headlines, a deeper story is unfolding. Canelo Alvarez isn't just fighting. He's building an empire. His freshly inked 4-fight deal with Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season isn't just about belts. It's about legacy, global control, and rewriting the business of boxing. Here's what we know. Fight number 1, May 2025 in Riyadh, likely against undefeated IBF champ William Skull. A tune-up? Maybe. But it's about belt unification, setting the board for September. Fight number 2, the crown jewel. September 2025. Crawford. Allegiant Stadium. Las Vegas. Global stage. Fights number 3 and number 4, already locked in for 2026, both in Saudi Arabia, one in February, one in October. This isn't a fight schedule. It's a dynasty blueprint. The potential opponents? It's a who's who of future Hall of Famers: Dmitry Bykov, the man who beat Canelo in 2022. Rematch talks are heating up. Hamza Sheeran, a British phenom, gaining steam heading into his title shot. Chris Eubank Jr., flashy, fiery, and fresh off a deal with Turkic Alalshik. If he wins big, he could be the final dance partner in Riyadh. And let's kill that fantasy right now. No, Canelo is not fighting Jake Paul. That circus stays outside the kingdom's golden gates. The grown-ups are back in charge. This isn't just a career extension. It's a career rewrite. Canelo is stacking legacy fights, printing generational money, and staying in total control of his brand. He's not just boxing in 2025 and 2026, he's headlining the future of boxing. And this fight with Crawford? It's a setup, or a legacy-defining test. Some see a mismatch in the making. Others see a high-stakes chess match of timing, angles, and adaptability. Crawford's footwork? Elite. His toolbox? Deep. His mindset? Unshakable. But the elephant in the room can't be ignored. Canelo is a 168-pound tank who's eaten shots from light heavyweights without flinching. And Crawford? He's never been hit by someone like this. Not even close. So here's the uncomfortable truth: both things can be true. This is a super fight. And it's also a dangerous gamble. That's why we're watching. Because boxing doesn't thrive on easy answers. It lives in the tension, in the unknown. And this fight? It asks the biggest question of them all: can skill overcome size? Or will reality crush the dream? Now it's your turn. Let's hear from the real ones, the diehards, the analysts, the armchair champs. The comment section killers. The group chat warriors. The fans who eat, sleep, and bleed this sport. Sound off below. Is Crawford chasing greatness, or gambling with disaster? Was Canelo ducking, or negotiating like a boss? Does Bud really stand a chance at 168? And who's the face of boxing right now? Drop your picks. Drop your predictions. Drop your hottest takes. Be bold. Be brutal. Be legendary. Let the war of words begin. And hey, if you felt that fire, like this video, subscribe to Boxing Edge, and hit that bell so you never miss a moment. Because history isn't given. It's taken by those willing to step into the fire.